Alright guys, welcome back to Frugal Homestead. So today it's time for another tiny house update. Now this month has been a rough one. We've been going around picking up materials, paying for materials, working hard to bring the cost of the house down, and slowly I've been able to get some things done. Now with firewood and everything else going on, it's not much. This is going to be a short update. But you know what? The things that are getting done are some of the harder things, and I'm really appreciating that. So come along and check out where we're at so far. All right, so the first thing we need to talk about is this giant pile of insulation. So I ended up buying an entire bunk. You can see the rest of it back there. By doing this, I was able to buy this R13 at $19 a roll by buying it in bulk at Menards, which is actually a pretty decent price. Sadly, R13 is not actually what we needed. We needed R11, but I could not find 24-inch R11 craft-faced anywhere right now for a reasonable price. So, considering R13 was cheaper, we're just gonna have to smash it in. I know it's not good to do, but it still should have the R factor, what we need with the system we are using. Now this is obviously more than the tiny house will use, but we've got other projects up the other house, as well as we will be building a building for water catchment, and it will need to be insulated as well. So as we head up the stairs here, I have been making a giant mess. Now, definitely some things have changed up here. First major change being that we got the rough-in electric done. So basically everything is run to where it needs to go, roughly. We have boxes set, which makes, in my mind, a big step forward. Now I have spray foamed a lot of the edges. I still have to go back and caulk and spray foam a few more, but I actually did everything from this line down to completion. And then we actually put in insulation and then added in the Reflectix. Now, technically if you were doing a roof, which is what this is for, the white would be the upside, so the reflective side would be the inside side, as that's the moisture barrier. In this application, it really doesn't matter which way you use it. It will be behind drywall and it will reflect heat and cool either way the exact same. I just actually put the white out just because it was easier because of the way it was rolled. Now that said, this is not as thick as the Reflectix like they sell at Menards and stuff. It would probably be a better quality product to use this, but the cost of this versus that is double. And with that roll being almost $78, and we're gonna need multiple rolls for in here, I think you can see why we didn't use this kind. Now, as I've said through this whole adventure, this front corner is the problem child. So the reason that this front corner hasn't finished getting framed in yet is because this whole front corner tapers in about 3/8 of an inch throughout a 4-foot span. So what I'm going to do is take all the studs, get them all ready, and then I'm going to rip them down in the table saw in order to put them in to make this corner correct. Throughout this entire build, this corner is going to be a problem. It's something that I just have to accept and deal with, and I kind of have. I kind of feel like it just is what it is. If that's the worst problem I have in this whole build, you won't hear me complain. Now, when we get ready to run more Reflectix down, we will be taping all the joints with some heavy duty ductwork tape. Not duct tape, ductwork tape. And if you know what ductwork tape is, it's basically a heavy metal film that's sticky on one side. So when you put it on, you're committed. I mean, that's just it. So we will be sealing up all the connection points with that. The whole thing will get insulated with the foam, the R13 instead of R11, which it blows my mind that I can get R13 cheaper than R11. but as well as the reflectix. Now, really, I actually got a lot done because this has been all me this time. I have had no help. So, getting all the electric put in, getting some insulation in, getting some reflectix up, getting some things sealed in, and obviously finishing up most of the upstairs framing has me feeling pretty good. I cannot complain. I'll be really, really honest. With as much as we had going on this month, I feel like I've come a long way. And now I feel like I can come back to it refreshed and just hammer out a big old part of this in the coming 2 months. Now the goal currently is to have this thing livable before Christmas, before the New Year. So we will see. I'm gonna have to start pulling some serious late nighters. We're starting to get our schedule tied in better, so I think that's very doable. But at the current point, this insulation is super slow going because you have to cut each piece individually and then make sure it's perfect and tight. Because we want this place to be tight. I would rather have to go back and cut a hole through the wall and put in a dampening system to straighten out the air problems than to have so many leaks. These pole barn type buildings are notorious for not being sealed up correctly or not have enough insulation. I do not want that to happen. If this is going to be someplace we're going to live for a long, long time, I want this thing to be easy to heat and cool. Now, with that said, this place is coming along very slowly, but yet I feel like we're moving right along. One-man builds always take time. Remember that. But are any of you on this path? I keep talking to people that are downsizing, that are selling their big homes and moving to smaller ones, or their family has gotten smaller, or actually some people that are building tiny homes. I'd love to hear more from you down in the comments. Direct me to your videos so I can go check out what you're building. Send me pictures. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, and we'll talk more about it. But with that said, I think that's all I got for you for this update. And if you haven't already, go down, hit that subscribe button so you see all of our upcoming videos. Hit the notification bell. That way you get notified when we upload more. Give us a like if you get a chance. Like I said, let's see you down in the comments. And I will see you guys in the next one. Whew, it's hot up here.